It's a historic day in Oceanside, California, as the U.S. Soccer Development Academy is getting ready to crown its first ever girls champion, and it's at the 18-19 level where number 2 seed Solar is getting set to take on the number 6 seed LAFC Slammers in the first ever U18-19 Girls Development Academy Championship match. LAFC comes in on the back of 3-0 in the group stages, followed by a 4-0 win over Crossfire. A very strong side, can score a ton of goals, and one of those players is Kate Wiesner, captain of the U17 national team on multiple occasions. Wiesner had a hat trick in the 4-0 quarterfinal victory over Crossfire. Well, Solar also comes in on the back of a 4-0 quarterfinal win over the Boston Breakers, the semifinals, I should say. This is a side that has powered their way through undefeated in these playoffs, and Alexis Mismo is at the heart of everything the Solar midfield does. She drives the attack. Her quick thinking, passing, and movement off the ball, and her combination play with Trinity Byers has been deadly in this tournament. So we're getting set for the first ever Girls U.S. Soccer Development Academy U18-19 championship match, and it's Solar taking on Slammers. We're going to have the walkouts, the introduction, the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll be back with you for the kickoff here on USSoccerDA.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Soccer Development Academy welcomes you to this 2018 U18-19 final match between Solar and LAFC Slammers. Today's referee is Karen Callado. Her assistants are Salma Perez and Kirazana Waisaki. The fourth official is Brittany Hagman. And here are today's starting lineups. For Solar, team captain, number 2, Courtney Sabasco. In goal, number 0, Tatum Sutherland. Number 5, Julia Ware. Number 6, Kaylee Abels. Number 7, Messiah Bright. Number 9, Maddie Ellis. Number 10, Lexi Mismo. Number 15, Trinity Byers. Number 16, Sydney Simmons. Number 17, Sam Meza. And number 23, Riley Mattingly. And head coach, Adrian Solaka. And now for LAFC. Team captain, number 5, Jenna Neiswanger. In goal, Jillian Cascaperta. Number 6, Kate Wiesner. Number 7, Genevieve Watkins. Number 8, Abigail Grubel. Number 9, Emily Johnson. Number 11, Madison Curry. Number 13, Jessica Lauren. Number 16, Madison Louderbeck. Number 25, Amaya Gonzalez. And number 27, Malia Wolinsevich. And head coach, George Larson. And now, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
It's a historic day in Oceanside, the first ever girls U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Championship, and it's between Solar and LAFC Slammers. Mark Serber alongside Danielle Diavanzo. And Danielle, these are two teams we love to see matched up against each other. We were talking about it earlier today. There are so many matchups all over the field that we're looking forward to.
Yes, and my favorite matchup is going to be how Trinity Byers works Curry in the back. You've got Byers, who's explosive, but also able to set up her teammates, with Solar having a lot of different options to go to goal. And you've got Curry, who is a brick wall in our semifinal matchup that we were able to call against the Breakers. Anywhere you expected the ball to be, there was Curry, able to win the ball, and not only win it, but be able to distribute and jumpstart the attack going the other way for the Slammers.
This is the Slammers in their huddle, of course led by Kate Wiesner. Had a hat trick in the semifinal, 4-0 victory against Crossfire. It was just 1-0 at half, and then Wiesner exploded in the second half for her 3 goals. And both teams coming off 4-0 wins, Danielle. I don't think it's going to be that easy for either side here today.
I think it's going to be more of a chess match in regards to both teams trying to play possession, looking to see where the gaps are, trying to find that one weakness that they can use to their advantage to try to get one on the board. And again, as you mentioned, Wiesner, in about the 60th minute or so, decided, hey, I want to go score a hat trick, and just exploded out of nowhere. Lots of combinations and great finishing composure on her part.
It's a Slammers side that had the 3rd best offense in the Development Academy, but also tied for the 5th best defense of the regular season with 25 clean sheets. Just 22 goals given up all season in 36 games played. Well, Solar comes in with 119 goals on the season, 18 in just 4 playoff games. And they also have a staunch defense, just 27 goals given up over 31 games with 13 clean sheets. This is LAFC Slammers, and they're all black with gold numbers and white trim. Solar in the white and blue. It's a good look at Maddie Ellis for Solar. And in the middle, Abby Grubel for LAFC Slammers. A late inclusion, was injured in the semifinal, passed a last-minute fitness test to feature from the start today as the first ever girls U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy final is underway at the SoCal Sports Complex in Oceanside, California. Solar attacking to your left, LAFC Slammers to your right. So glad you could join us here on USSoccerDA.com. This should be a good one. Plenty of national team players on both sides as Abels rolls it back to her keeper, Sutherland.
Not only that, but they're from different age groups as well, where you've got some younger players, Mismo, Byers, playing up at the U18-19 level.
Both of them are 2003s as well, so they are playing well up. Teammates not only here in Solar, but with the U16 national team as well, and this is Byers flying forward. Byers, we all know she can score goals, but she had 2 assists as well in the semifinal. So this one flighted in, goes over the head of Mattingly, and it'll be cleared out only as far as Abels, who did a great job to shut down Kat Berry of the Boston Breakers in the semifinals. Played forward by Simmons. And this is Meza, another national team player, gets it out wide. Meza spinning on the ball, able to get it back to Sabasco. And this one out of bounds, and there's a player down. So referee Karen Collado coming over to check on the injured player for LAFC Slammers. Calling the trainer on right away. Don't want to see this at any time in a match. Take a look at what happened here. Ellis looks like she just caught her as she was going forward. Still not sure who it was that went down, because I can't see the number.
So there, I'm not sure if she got clipped or if she was just decelerating, which is always a very tough situation where you don't want to see injuries there as a result. A lot of people in women's soccer know ACLs are always, or any type of knee injury, when it's decelerating, landing from a jump or a change of direction. And that's where we don't know if that was the cause of it, just pulling up slightly as she decelerated.
Well, LAFC Slammers regrouping. So we have a stoppage of play here in the 3rd minute. LAFC Slammers players down. Good news is that player able to get to their feet. Walking gingerly, but walking under their own power. So that's a great sign.
Always good to see that she's able to walk on her own accord as she's going to make her way over to the sideline and make sure she gets the time needed to be checked on.
So will that force Saeed Corey into an early substitution for his LAFC Slammer side? The player walking off does look very frustrated. So not the start we were hoping for. So for the moment, LAFC Slammers down to 10 women. Is it Wiesner who was down? So nervous. We hope that Kate Wiesner is all right. For the moment, they're playing with 10 LAFC Slammers. As Mattingly wins it. Byers. One of 3 Byers players who are in the U.S. Youth National Team setup, along with Truth and Treasure Byers.
It's always a shame when you see a player go down, especially this early. You never want to see that in a game. You see the training staff taking their time and evaluating Wiesner.
Head coach Saeed Corey also over there as well, seeing whether or not he has to go to his bench. For the moment, it's Solar possessing. 5th minute. Ware gets it forward. Looking for Mismo. Gonzalez dispossesses her. Now waiting for the cavalry to arrive, Gonzalez, so she'll have to go back with it. Mismo did a great job to continue to hound her, and it's off of her last. It'll be a throw for LAFC Slammers.
So That's going to be a great battle in the middle between Gonzalez and Mismo. And Gonzalez, as we've seen, is so good at reading the play, sitting in the gap, anticipating where the ball is going to be trying to play through up the middle, and she's right there, intercepts it, and has the ability to either penetrate forward with her ball at her feet, or can she make a penetrating pass forward to break that line.
Mattingly gets back to Abels. That's great work by LAFC Slammers to keep it in that end. This is Ladderback sticking to her defensive duties.
As you mentioned, Abels did a great job of shutting down Barry, Boston's leading goal scorer, and Ladderback we saw get involved a lot in her semifinal game. It'll be another one of those great matchups that we're just seeing player for player. You can always find that counterpart where it's two equally strong players.
Johnson in fight for Gonzalez. Oh, the ball from Watkins intercepted by Meza, but Watkins wins it back. And this is Niswanger. And the coach signaled to his bench that they are going to have to substitute Kate Wiesner. Wiesner is walking around. I think she's trying to decide whether or not she wants to stay in this match or can stay in this match. So coming into the game for Wiesner is going to be Natalie Houston. So Houston comes in early. Newport Beach native, has been with the Slammers since the under-9 age group. Johnson getting forward. As Mattingly and Abels watching her. Able to get it by Abels. And off of Mattingly, and Abels keeps it from going out for a corner.
So as you mentioned, Houston being a part of the Slammers for such a long time, and that's where you love seeing those players from the youth level all the way up to the U18s, U19s before going off to college. Great way to build up through the system.
This is a team that's in their 4th straight national title game. Champions in 2015 and 2016 before getting 3rd in their respective national championship last year. Nice Wonger. Johnson. Mattingly intercepts. She had a goal in that 4-0 win against the Boston Breakers, Mattingly. That's won back by Madison Curry, but overtaken by Sabasco.
And there's Curry again, having the ability to push up and win the ball quickly, and then again, getting back on defense, holding her shape on her back line, getting the rest of her defense organized as well. Just a leader from that back position.
Bright doing the defending on the far side. And Ellis comes back to retrieve for Solar. 9th minute. Intercepted by Lauren. Played into the channel, but this will roll out of bounds for a goal kick for Solar. Talk about the players that have been with Slammers since the U9 age group. The majority of Solar's team have trained together and have been a part of the club's philosophy since the U10 age group. So 2 teams, for many of them, trying to win something together in their last go-around after being together pretty much their whole childhoods.
And I think you see that connection and that chemistry with both these teams, where a lot of times they're passing and moving, they're barely having to look at each other, and they're playing a ball knowing what the pace needs to be, how the stride of the player is, and never losing a step. And that's where it's going to be a huge chess match between these 2 teams, as both teams have that type of chemistry with each other.
Well, Mismo's 2 goals against the Boston Breakers came off the foot of Byers, and you asked her about it, and she said, we just both know where each other's going to be.
Yeah, that was her joke there. She said, Byers just knows where I am all the time.
Ellis gets it back to her keeper. Sutherland, who will keep goal at SMU, rolls it out wide. This is Bright to bring it forward. Meza. Meza has 16 caps for the U17s, including all 4 matches in the qualifiers. She's an 0-1 playing up Meza, described as a possible starter at the U17 World Cup coming up in Uruguay. This is Mismo trying to slide it through for Byers, unable to get there before Cascapera. The youth Italian international coming off her line quickly for LAFC Slammers.
Great save by Cascapera there, anticipating that Mismo was going to try to slit that ball through for Byers to run onto. And Byers, again, able to delay her run and then take off out of nowhere, being like shot out of a cannon there. And there's Cascapera making a great save, not allowing any type of rebound.
Well, Mismo and Byers do know where each other's going to be.
Great little 1-2 combo there. And we saw in the last match in the semifinal, they also have the ability to combine with Meza and Mattingly, just the four of them up top. A dangerous diamond up there with the four of them.
Johnson's clearance is blocked out of bounds, but it will be a throw-in for the LAFC Slammers. Johnson pops it over the top, but it's out of bounds. She's unable to find Grubel. Grubel will play her college ball at Stanford. Another one of those players who's been with Slammers since the U-9 level. Lauren fighting to keep it in. It's a strong challenge from Nicewanger, but a fair one. Loose ball seized on by Simmons. Meza unable to weave her way through a crowded midfield. Ware dispossessed. Nicewanger to go the other way. Leaves it off for Houston. And the shot dragged wide. But a good counterattack by LAFC Slammers.
And there's Curry again, being the player to push all the way up, wins the ball, gets beat the first time, recovers quickly, pokes it away, and that was Grubel with that final shot, showing that she has the ability to strike from distance, trying to go low to beat Sutherland.
Mattingly. This is Messiah Bright, bound for Texas Christian University. Meza. Forward for Byers. Back for Meza. And stepping in was Madison Curry. Madison Curry will play her college ball at Princeton. It's another look at that shot flashed in from Grubel. Mattingly. Sabasco. Houston did well to force Sabasco back. Abels sliding in. Watkins was able to get it off the foot of Byers. This is Simmons looking for an opening. Bright to bring it forward again for Solar in the 14th minute. Mismo. Mattingly. Meza. Byers. Byers has a step on Watkins. She plays it back just beyond the reach of Mismo. Pushed out wide, and a great job to keep that in. This one over the head of Grubel. Ware. Get it back to her center back partner, Bright. Space for Meza. Meza spins, dispossessed in midfield. Battling to win it back, Meza. Tremendous work from the number 17 in white and blue. It's a good run from Curry, but she loses out. Nobody to find out wide, so it'll be a throw-in for Johnson and Slammers in the 16th minute. Thoughts on the first 15, Danielle?
It's such a shame that Wiesner had to go down early, but we see already Houston putting in the effort, getting back on defense, trying to delay the ball and forcing Solar to reset their buildup. And I think both sides have shown that they have the ability to possess and transition quickly, and also the ability to be patient and build up when they need to.
Mismo gets there before Gonzalez, pokes it out wide for Meza. Meza picks her head up. Ford looking for Mismo. That pass just overcooked as it rolls all the way in for Cascapera.
It's good for Cascabera, too, to come off her line. She's kind of floating around, sees the play, and able to just put her body right in front of it to make the easy grab.
Cascapera is on her way to West Virginia. Great soccer program the Mountaineers have. As Grubel was going for another early shot. This time, it was charged down by Ware, but it will deflect out of bounds for a corner kick. First of the game for either side.
And that's the defending presence there from Neiswanger, being able to apply that high pressure like we saw in the semis, just causing havoc in that midfield, winning the ball and giving it out to Grubel, who you know can strike from distance.
Johnson's making her way up from the back. One of 6 LAFC Slammers players in and around the box. 3 of them are camped out in the 6. The other 3 on the penalty spot. Ball comes in, headed away by Bright. Only to the top of the box. Neiswanger has it taken off her foot. Grubel's shot is charged down. Meza clears. Only as far as Watkins. This is Johnson. Louderback loses out, and Sabasco will get it back. This is Abels. Ware under pressure, able to find Mattingly in the pocket. Far side for Bright. There's room to run. This is Sabasco. Mattingly. Byers checks in. Curry bodies her off the ball. And Houston will lay it back to Johnson. And LAFC will look to attack in the 18th minute. Curry.
And there's that battle there again between Byers and Curry. Before you saw that Byers is trying to hang out near Watkins, but on that situation there, Curry anticipated it, got way up ahead, noticing that Byers was checking to that ball, and Curry just poking it away, allowing her team to rebuild again.
So this will be a free kick in the 19th minute. That's Madison Curry coming over to take.
So with the early substitution, though, you see Louderback, her versatility, where she was starting off on the right side, has now switched over to the left to replace where Wiesner was, and you have Houston now on that right side, trying to work her way with that matchup now between her and Abels on the right flank.
Johnson. And poked away by Abels before Houston could take off down the line, but it will be a throw in for LAFC Slammers. It's Johnson coming forward to take. He's been with the club since the age of 8. Slammers again. Fed at the top of the box, rolls beyond Lauren, and Bright comes away with it. Quickly closed down by Louderback on the far side, but Meza overtakes. And this is Bright again. Plays catch with Ellis on the far side, and Ellis will guide it back to Sutherland. Near side for Abels, as Solar looked to build it out of the back in the 20th minute.
And great on that defense there, despite the really high pressure from LAFC. They're able to work it back all the way to Sutherland to switch the field and just continue to try to build up.
One by Lauren, back for Curry. Wallen Savage getting forward on the far side. That's a good run from Wallen Savage. The cross cleared away by Ware. Kept in by LAFC Slammers, looking for Lauren. Sabasco shields her off the ball, and it's steered clear, only as far as Johnson. She'll leave it off. And intercepted by Mattingly. Forward for Byers. Curry draped over her. Byers gets a step on her. Has Mismo if she can find her. Into the path of Mismo. Mismo's in. Skips past the challenge. Leaves it back off for Byers. Byers out wide, runs out of real estate.
That was a great little combination play between Byers and Mismo. But again, a lot of credit goes to LAFC being able to get numbers behind the ball quickly, despite being initially beat. You saw Mismo trying to cut back on the outside of that foot, trying to attack the heels of the defenders, trailing behind. And then just, again, great defensive positioning there where she tries to lay that ball off to Byers. You've got 4 defenders sitting in the box.
Is that one where Byers should have hit that first time, knowing that her first touch was going to take her out wide?
It's one of those I'm not too sure just because of the pace of the ball. Don't know if it was out of her reach. The other one, too, where Mismo trying to cut in, that's where do you want to get that cut and quick shot rather than trying to dish it off. But still great combination play by those two and great defensive recovery there by LAFC to prevent Mismo or Byers from trying to get their first goal of the match.
This is Mattingly. She goes down, and offsides is Grubel.
That was very, very close. Sideline official says Grubel was off, but you saw on that initial run, she was trying to delay and curve before going in. That was a great look there. High pressure defense from LAFC. Great work from Lauren to step in, win that ball, just flick it with the outside of her foot to try to get Grubel in. There's right there, she anticipates the cutback from Mattingly, able to anticipate, win it, does a little flick on, and that angle appears to make it seem that Grubel was just a toe ahead almost to be called offside.
Good call by the assistant referee, Selma Perez, on this near side. Perez out of the Cal South Association is a veteran of the USL, especially has done a lot of Orange County soccer club games in the USL.
It was great footwork there from Ware, despite having 2 players on her, just little touches and then dishes the ball out.
This is Bright. Takes the space, leaves it off for Meza. Mismo checks in. Meza takes the inside route. Able to ride the challenge, Meza. Tried to slide for Byers. Rather played it on the wrong side of her. Cleared only as far as Abels. Touched off for Simmons. Forward for Mattingly. Johnson shepherd this one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for LAFC just past the halfway mark of the first 45 minutes. Mattingly. Inside for Mismo. Clipped out for Byers. Cleared away by Curry. For Grubel to chase. Ware is there, and she'll steer it back to her keeper. Forward comes Messiah Bright in the 24th minute.
Great read by Houston there to get a foot on it.
One back by Simmons. Nice Swanger. Almost able to win it back. Love the running of Nice Swanger to Hassel and Harry, but instead Meza gets it off to Sabasco. Slips it in for Byers. Back to Sabasco. Mismo into the box. And coming over in cover was Genevieve Watkins, and the offside flag is up on the far side.
Again, I love watching the movement of Solar off the ball, where as they're passing and moving, you may see one player holding up, and that allows a space for players behind to make diagonal runs across, trying to disrupt that defense. But once again, we're seeing LAFC, whether it's Watkins or Curry, Johnson or Walensavich, just able to get in behind quickly. Even when they get beat, there's a supporting player coming in, and then they regroup.
Header by Lauren. Brought down by Houston. Muscles her way past Abels. Sabasco gets back and stabs it out of bounds. Throw in for Johnson. Houston cuts it back for Johnson. Little touch back. Two of them play catch. Johnson looking to get to the end line. Mattingly matching her step for step. Johnson still put in a good ball, and the header at the near post wide of Sutherland's goal.
That was a great ball in by Johnson. She was just touching that end line, was able to get her body around, hips over, plays the ball in, and you found the target player, Lauren, who's really good in the air and has that size advantage, just unable to get her head turned enough to have it being closer to the net. There's the replay again. You'll see Lauren coming into the screen, gets up, just doesn't get her head whipped around enough to get it more on frame.
Oh, what a touch that is from Grubel. It's still going Grubel. Grubel sets herself up for a shot and opens the scoring for LAFC.
Great little combination there. We've seen Grubel time and time and again in this first half trying to strike that ball with power, and there is the result of having that powerful strike. Ellis was able to shift over, got her body on it, and the deflection, though, because it was such a strong strike, was still on frame into the net.
It was a beautiful little layoff for her, and then used the defender as a screen and picked out the far post quite beautifully. A great layoff from Louderback, and Grubel does the rest. Now what will the response be from Mattingly and Solar? They've marched right down but are unable to win the corner kick. It'll be a goal kick for LAFC Slammers, who have the ball and the 1-0 lead, courtesy of a strike just moments ago off the boot of Abby Grubel. So it'll be Cascapera's goal kick. Louderback gets it forward. It's a good turn from Mattingly. Mismo. Gonzalez gets there first, but she ran into Louderback, and it allows Solar to overtake. Where? Still going is Where. Runs into that line of confrontation, has to get it back to Simmons. Mesa's popped up. And there's that ability of Gonzalez to plug those gaps, not allowing Mesa to run through. Mesa's on it again, though. Drives it into the box. Cleared away by Watkins. Only as far as Mismo at the top of the box. This is Abels. Byers checking in. Abels finds the feet of her attacker. Left off for Sabasco. Clipped over the top. Looking for Mismo. Good defending by Watkins, another player who has spent time in the U.S. national team pool. Mattingly can't get by the double team. LAFC go over the top of the high pressure, and it's off of Where last. The Slammers will come forward again in the 30th minute of play.
Solar's doing a good job of keeping possession, but sometimes I wish they would play that ball in quicker. For example, you're seeing Byers when she's checking in initially, Curry's following, and then she drops off. Curry looks to pressure. That's where Solar should be trying to exploit that gap quickly, trying to get the ball into the attacking third while Curry's pushed up. So that way they have a bit more an advantage, and you don't have that brick wall back there.
Abels will be whistled for the challenge on Houston. She looks a bit perplexed. So Madison Curry coming up to take. She's a 2001 playing up from the 16-17's Curry, and she has been a Titan at the back all playoffs.
This is where you know she's got the powerful strike. We'll see if she tries to find maybe Lauren as a target player in the box.
Played right to the top of the box, flicked onto the back post. Stepping in to win it is Ellis. Meza turning. Walensevich squares up to her. Look at Meza weave her way through midfield and get it off for Ware. The center back stepping into the attack. Quick 1-2 with Mismo. Ware still going. Able to poke it off for Mismo. Louderback. Forward for Grubel. Has the game's lone goal. Louderback continued to run. Bright poked it away from her. And Abels gets there before Louderback, but it's off of her last and will be a throw-in for LAFC Slammers.
Good read there by Bright, because you saw Louderback. If she had gotten that touch to go for her, she would have been breaking that entire back line going to net.
This time it's Neiswanger who's whistled for the foul.
So that last little build up there by Solar, they started playing 1-2 touch, and that's where that final ball to Ware, if she had just played that one time, I think they would have been able to break that line quicker.
Intercepted. Lauren. And she'll be called for the push. Lauren needs to get that off her foot just a bit quicker. Bright. In for Mismo. Gonzalez muscles her off the ball. And Mismo wins it right back. Great job to never give up on the play from Alexis Mismo.
That's that little battle there. I'm going to love watching the rest of this game as you see Mismo and Gonzalez just one-upping each other. Every time one player wins, the other one's got a counter.
Abels. Well, Adrian Solka is livid on the Solar bench. He wants these balls to go forward instead of going back and square. Now the break could be on. Flying into the space is Houston. Houston cuts inside, got by one, couldn't get by second base. Curry on the turn, poked away by Byers. Watkins steps in to help Curry out.
Good support there from Watkins, as Curry looked like the ball just got caught in her foot slightly, but good supporting effort from Watkins.
Stepping in to win it is Sabasco. Poked forward for Byers. Sabasco goes down. She doesn't get the call. And this is Lauren. Has space in front of her. That's a good ball into the gap. The chance is on. Player goes down. Referee says nothing doing.
That was a great ball there by Lauren trying to get in, and Louderback making that run across the defender to be able to have the option to get her foot on it, but good cleanup by Sutherland.
Header won in midfield by Gonzalez. Bought down by Simmons. Plays it a bit too far ahead of Meza out wide. Thrown for LAFC Slammers. One by Meza on the far side. Mattingly checks into the center. Skips by Johnson. She's got Byers wide open. And Curry cuts out the pass.
Curry's ability to read the game always impresses me. At this point, I know it's expected, but at the same time, I just love how she's holding her position and then able to strike quickly to disrupt the build-up play.
Thrown for LAFC Slammers. Curry doesn't make that intervention. Byers is off to the races. Instead, it remains 1-0 in favor of the Long Beach side. Newport Beach, I should say. A lot of beaches in California.
So you should know, you lived here for quite a long time.
It's true. Houston into the space. Fizzes it across. Sutherland does well to cut it out.
Great read by Sutherland there to get herself low, secure that ball, despite having a lot of pressure on her.
It's a great touch into that space from Houston. And then Sutherland shut the door with Louderback on her doorstep. Neiswanger goes down and she wins the free kick.
I can see why the bench is upset with that one. There was a clear advantage there for Grubel as she was able to do the juggling skills that we had seen the other game. Lots of showcasing with her juggling ability to control the ball in the air. That's where I'm sure she's wishing she could have had that advantage as she was split between the two center backs going straight to goal.
Curry will tease this one into the mix. It's a good ball from Curry. It's headed away by Abels. Johnson gets it out wide. Houston in a battle with Sabasco. Houston wins it, fizzes it across. Just too tall for Louderback at the far post.
Houston has been getting a lot of great crosses in from that right side. You can see why when she came on, she was put on that right side. And Louderback, I think, slightly misjudged it. I think she thought the ball was dropping a bit more. Otherwise, we do know that she has the ability to get up in the air and head the ball.
Nice Wonger. Another U.S. Youth National Team player. Gonzalez. Gets it back for Watkins. Slid into the path of Grubel. Flag stays down. Grubel puts it back across. And Ware is there.
Great read by Ware, because if she didn't intercept that, it looked like Houston was in the box waiting for that one-time finish.
Watkins will get it back. Wallen Savage cuts inside. This is Gonzalez again. Plays it out wide for Nice Wonger to chase down. Looking inside for Lauren. Ware. Wallen Savage punches it away from Meza. Mismo flicks it for Byers. Byers turns Curry into the space, has Mattingly on this near side. Plays it to her. Mattingly unable to get by Johnson. Stellar one-on-one defending from Emily Johnson.
Great stance by Johnson there to disrupt that play. And again, a beautiful ability by Byers being able to turn and explode.
Louderback just missed that one, otherwise she would have been in with a chance. Ware to bring it forward in the 38th minute for Solar. Mattingly plays it off of Johnson. Quickly into Byers on the throw-in. Byers has two players in front of her. Byers elected to have a go. This will roll well wide of Cascapera's goal. Final 7 minutes of the first half, and it's been such a pleasure to watch that this half is flying by.
We knew coming into this it was going to be a really fun matchup, and you're seeing both sides getting opportunities into the box. We're seeing LAFC right now just having a little more of that, and you see they've already had the 1-0 lead.
Meza, fun to watch her on the dribble. Back for Simmons. He's waiting for Abels to get forward. Now slips it inside for Mattingly. Sabasco. Byers. Over the top, looking for the run of Mismo. Abels. Sabasco. Being watched by Houston. Simmons. Solko wants it played quicker.
I would agree with them right now. They're a little bit content with playing a bit in and out. They have a lot of possession in the middle third into the final, but they're not getting inside the box, and that's where they're having struggling to get opportunities because they're playing so far outside the box.
This is Mismo. Well, the idea was there, but nobody was making that run in behind the defense, so it rolls all the way through for Cascapera.
They're doing a good job of building the ball up into that middle third. It's just when they're getting closer to net, they don't have that urgency to get the ball forward quickly. Instead, they're still looking to build, taking maybe one touch too many, and that's where you can't really afford to do that with LAFC because they are so quick to get numbers behind the ball and win it and go the other way.
Side right, is almost picked off by Grubel. Just love the willingness of these girls to pressure high. Never stop running, chase after what seemed to be lost causes. Mismo.
That's another example there where that first touch could have been more forward, breaking that line rather than going lateral. And that's where the play is still building up rather than being further into the attacking third.
Meza. Spins Walensevich. Mismo. Byers. Sabasco, she can hit him from here. She did well, but it was right down Cascapera's corridor.
You see LAFC is content with allowing Solar to play out and take shots from distance because they're so confident with Cascapera's ability to anticipate and read where the ball's gonna go. Here's again, just laying it off to Sabasco, gets it to her favored right foot, does the strike, but there's Cascapera already waiting for that ball.
Mismo. Byers has the beating of Curry once again. Slips it through on the far side. Mattingly in a battle with Walensevich. Waits for her support to arrive. Mattingly turns, puts in the cross, and the flag is up. It'll be a goal kick as Mattingly's cross came after the ball had gone over the end line. Final 3 minutes of the first half, plus whatever stoppage time is added on by Karen Collado, referee out of Cal South by way of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Mismo. Simmons. Meza's popped up on this near side. Bright has plenty of green to gallop into. She takes the space. Sabasco. Abels is venturing forward. Byers. Sabasco. Looking for a seam in this LAFC Slammers defense. So far, they have not found it.
Oh, what a touch there by Sabasco.
Simmons trying to scoop it over the top. Meza in a battle with Houston, who wins it, gets it back to Johnson. She sends it clear. Well, they've had the majority of possession in these last 15 minutes, Solar. But so far, other than a few long efforts from distance, nothing really to concern Cascapera.
That's where if you're the Slammers, you're just trying to keep the ball in front of you and keep it in that middle zone. They can pass all they want in there, go ahead, but we're just going to wait for that mistake you're just going to wait for that mistake to then counter.
Meza. Getting a touch was Johnson. Her one-on-one defending in this first half has been stellar as it's a push in the back by Ware on Houston, and it'll be a free kick for LAFC Slammers who can get players forward for this final minute.
That's what you saw Grubel checking back, trying to win that ball, and then as she pulls up, that's where Ware, coming in hot, just had the push on the back because she couldn't slow down in time.
Joel, stay focused, babe.
So it'll be a free kick from Madison Curry. Headed away by Abels. 2 minutes of stoppage time once the clock hits 45.
You got to give credit to LAFC as well, having one of their best players go down early and still able to have a player like Houston come on and make such a big impact right away. Not missing a step, and they're able to get a goal early on in this game, potentially taking a 1-0 lead into the half.
Kate Wiesner went off injured in the 6th minute of play. Houston's come on for her and has been excellent since. Curry steps in.
The referee has added a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time to the first half.
Meza. Byers gets by Nicewanger. Curry put her off, and it's intercepted. This is Louderback, still going Louderback. Abels sniffs out the danger and will clear it into touch.
Good defending there by Abels to slow down Louderback. It looked like she was about to strike one from just outside the box, but there was Abels pinching in, forcing Louderback to take another touch out wide. But now you've got the throw in there for Johnson coming up, as at this point, you're just trying to delay as much time as possible so you can go into the half with the advantage.
Hooked back for Johnson. Somehow able to slide it through for Houston. Abels pokes it out of bounds. Byers clearance, only as far as Wall and Savage. Grubel brings it down, able to touch it past Bright, who does well to recover and win the ball back for Solar. Long ball asking Mattingly to chase. Gonzalez gets it back from Curry. And they'll just look to keep it in the final moments of this first half. Louderback, back for Wall and Savage. This is Genevieve Watkins. Lauren. 45 minutes down in the first ever U-18-19 Girls Development Academy Championship match. And it's the LAFC Slammers who have a 1-0 lead over Solar, courtesy of a 27th minute strike from Abby Grubel. Thoughts on the first half, Danielle Diavanzo?
Both teams have shown that they have the ability to get in quickly, be able to possess the ball. But for LAFC, they've had a bit more energy going forward, and that's the result of why they have the lead, where they had that high pressure, winning the ball in, getting the goal. While on the flip side, you've got Solar, who does a great job possessing in the middle, but I want to see a bit more of their touches be positive or going forward quicker, so that way they can try to counter instead of sitting back and allowing LAFC to get their shape and just wait for the mistake or intercept the pass with their great ability to read the game.
At the half, it's Solar 0, LAFC Slammers 1. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back with you for the final 45 minutes here on USSoccerDA.com. Getting set for the second half between Solar Soccer Club and LAFC Slammers. 1-0 LAFC leads at the break. What does Solar have to do to get back into this match, Danielle?
Like I was saying, I think when they're in the middle into the attacking third, they need to have more positive or forward touches. There's been several instances where a player can take a touch to break that line quicker, and instead they're taking a touch negative or backwards or more lateral, and that's slowing the play down and allowing LAFC to regroup and get numbers behind the ball. LAFC, as we've seen, has that high pressure, and that high pressure has already paid off once already with their first goal of the game. So for them, it's just continuing to try to put the pressure on Solar, disrupt their play, and not allow them to get the rhythm that they want going into the attacking third.
This is an LAFC Slammer side that is 14-0-2 in their last 16 games going back to March 3rd. One more win, and they will be national champions and the first ever champions of the Girls Development Academy. It's a Solar team that can come back. We saw in their match against Boston their ability to strike early and often or score goals in bunches. So it all hangs in the balance with 45 minutes left. It's Madison Curry looking to lead this back line to what would be their 26th clean sheet of the season.
Like we saw with Boston, they were down early, able to come back, and they have a tendency to just wear out teams because of their possession style, where they constantly go from one side, bring it back, go the other way, just trying to get that shape broken down anywhere, and they're really good at finding that weakness and exploiting it.
Final 45 minutes of regulation at least underway in the girls U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Championship match. Watkins trying to get it back. Byers almost intercepting.
Good recovery there from Meza just to be that second defender, applying pressure, forcing the ball out of play.
This is Byers. Ellis. Simmons. Meza. And here's Ellis trying to open things up. Simmons slides it in for Byers. Beautiful little touch off. Inside for Mismo. If she had been able to get a foot on it, there might have been a shooting opportunity. But Lauren will overtake for LAFC Slammers. And the long ball asking for Houston to chase on the far side. Well, the one thing I'm noticing, we'll get back to that in a second, a break could be on here. Is this Mismo? Dispossessed by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez always the presence in the middle as that holding six position. And you saw in the last game, Mismo loves to attack the heels of the defender, but Gonzalez there anticipating that, already in a position to get her foot there, win it cleanly, and get out.
Well, the one thing I was going to say is that the one thing I love about Byers is every time she comes back and gets the ball like this, she hardly ever has it taken off her foot and always finds the feet of a teammate joining her in the attack.
And that's where she usually does a very good job when she checks, just checking her shoulder, being aware of where the defender is. But there were a couple times late in that first half where she was checking into the space, and LAFC was allowing her to have a pocket because they were anticipating that she wasn't going to turn. And that's where if she can be a little bit more aware, checking her shoulder a bit quicker when she has that pocket, having the ability to turn and go at them will be huge for her.
Well, she does have 9 goals in these playoffs, Byers. 26 in just 18 games on the season. That not including the 5 goals she scored for the U-16 national team this year.
You've got 2 of the top scorers on that team here, where you've got Byers and Mismo. Byers with 5, Mismo with 4 goals for the national team already.
Both of them already committed to the University of Texas. Simmons. Mattingly. Riley Mattingly. And that's the ball they want, looking over the top. But it's over the top of Meza's head. And it's swept clear by Wallen Savic. Good shielding by Ladderback, but she's forced back with it. Watkins came over to offer support. Lauren, lovely little touch off. Simmons seizes the loose ball. Mattingly on the far side. She steps in, tried to clip it in, looking for the run of Meza. Couldn't get across Cascapera in time.
That's the idea there, where she's trying to split the center backs 4 and 5, or in this case, Curry and Watkins, just trying to play a ball between the two of them as they were caught a little bit separated with that switch of attack. And you saw there, Meza just trying to slip in behind, just couldn't get there in time.
This is Niswonger. That was a good ball into the path of Louderback, but she overran it. Ware stepping in. Gonzalez putting off Mismo again. Meza gets by Walensevich at the second attempt, but couldn't get past Gonzalez. Over the top for Grubel to chase. Bright is there. And this will be LAFC Slammers' ball. And the referee saying it was her mistake and changing the call. And Solar will have to take this throw in about 6 or 7 yards back from where Abels tried to play it the first time around. So Ellis will take. Simmons unable to keep it in.
There's that work ethic again from Niswonger, as we've seen last in the semifinals and again today, constantly buzzing in that middle of being a second defender there or being the first one to it, applying that high pressure.
Niswonger will travel all the way to the East Coast to play her college ball at Florida State. U-20 national team player Niswonger. Good shielding from Louderback. Meza. Watkins steps in, gets forward, and wins the free kick for LAFC Slammers 5 minutes into the second half.
Misma, they're just trying to backtrack after losing the ball, trying to win it back quickly, and just steps a little bit too late there as Watkins goes down, and now a free kick opportunity for the Slammers.
It's Madison Curry who's been over all these dead balls in the midfield area. Curry keeps this one on the ground. Won by Bright. Looking to lead the counterattack. Byers can't get by Watkins. Slides past Sabasco. And we'll hold it up for Lauren. Lauren had 3 blue and white jerseys policing her. And this is Mismo. Gonzalez is winning the battle with Mismo at the moment. And Bright was able to poke it off the foot of Grubel.
This is where Solar just needs to regroup and get their shape.
Niswonger. Lauren. Louderback. Slides it inside for Lauren. Lauren turned, wanted to have a hit. Stepping in and shutting the door was Bright. Sabasco turned right into Lauren, who was getting back. Won by Meza. Byers making the run through, and the flag comes up for offside.
That's where I think Meza should have just played that one touch sooner, being able to keep Byers onside as Byers was making that run across, looking for that ball through. And that's where I think Meza just took one touch too many.
So it'll be a free kick for LAFC Slammers in the 53rd minute. It's Madison Curry who's over it again. Future Princeton Tiger defends like a Tiger. Header won by Bright. Simmons looking forward. Walensevich into the path of Grubel. Sabasco. Gonzalez took it off of Mismo again. Grubel tried to thread it through on the far side for Houston. Gonzalez is first to it. The space is opened up for Niswonger. Pushes it out wide.
Again, just a lovely touch by Niswonger there. Ball in the air, and she settles it on a dime and is able to get it out of her feet quickly.
Johnson out wide. Niswonger just unable to keep it in on the far side. Where? Abel's clearance was charged down. So now she'll try another avenue in her keeper.
There's Houston again, coming off the bench, lots of energy and still maintaining that high pressure.
Where it gets there first. Forward for Mattingly. Johnson clears it into touch. 54th minute. LAFC Slammers leading on a 27th minute strike from Abigail Grubel. That's good pressure from Meza. Walensevich put an awkward ball back, but Watkins was able to deal with it. Bright skies to win the header. Mismo played it behind her target, and it's Nicewanger to go the other way. It's a good win by Sabasco. Meza checking in. That's a nice turn from Ellis. And now a free kick. Quickly taken into Mismo. This time she's able to get by Gonzalez. Byers. Out wide for Mattingly. Sabasco. Cleared for Houston. Has only the target to finding Grubel ahead. Smacked the second time well over Grubel. And so it's Bright playing center field for Solar. Bright driving into the gap. Now picks her head up and finds Byers. Byers turns away from Curry and out wide from Meza. Meza being hounded by Lauterbeck. Now works her way into a double team, Meza, but keeps the ball via the throw-in for Solar.
That's where you just need a bit more movement off the ball for Solar. They're sitting too much on the same planes right now, and that's where you're not getting that separation in the gaps. It's making it easier for LAFC to defend.
Be a goal kick for LAFC Slammers. It's a Slammers club which has produced the likes of Whitney Englund, Ashley Nick, Christian Press, and Cami Levine, among others. George Larson, the academy director, standing at the edge of the technical area in his 24th year, said something really interesting to me once. He said, "I develop decision makers, not soccer players." I thought that was a great quote regarding his coaching philosophy.
And that's part of what the Development Academy wants to do, create players or let players have the freedom to be creative, have the option to think, rather than dictating what they do. You want the players to be able to decide for themselves. Let them figure it out, the game, not just play FIFA, for instance, where you tell player A to go do this and player B to do that.
Finger constantly on R1, the turbo button.
And you're seeing a lot of these players, just how intelligent they are, being able to read the game, anticipate, counteract anything that they see, or when they get the ball, how they have almost already made 2-3 decisions up, and they're just deciding based on what shift here, what can I do now to counter it and beat it that way.
Curry's free kick. Header won by Lauren. Nicewanger had it taken away from her by Simmons, who's back on the ball. This is Meza. Nice quick combination play with Sabasco. Byers slips it through. Sabasco continued to run. This is Sabasco. Good save and recovery to not allow the rebound from Julia Cascapera.
Sabasco's run, once she laid that ball off, she was making that run all the way up to the right side, delaying, and as the ball kept being played, continue to keep that run going, and finally got inside. Had a powerful shot, but what a great save there by Cascapera to hold on to that ball, and as it fell down, just being able to recover it. So even with the initial bobble, getting her hands on it quickly, pulling it into her chest, and not allowing any type of rebound to be a dangerous threat.
And I know it was a tight angle, but that's really the first time, at least that I can think of, that this LAFC Slammers backline has been breached by Solar.
That or just getting into the box and having some type of opportunity. And you saw Mismo trailing behind. If that ball was played back a little bit further towards the 6, she was right there.
Well, Mismo knows something about scoring big goals. Had 2 of them in the win over the Boston Breakers. But so far, they've been kept quiet today. Hooked clear by Bright. Meza let it run. Don't think she realized she had Wallin Savic right on her back. The assistant referee saying that it took a deflection. And we're going to have our first change of this second half for LAFC, their second of the game. And off comes Houston, who was sensational since coming on for the injured Wiesner in the 6th minute. She'll be replaced by Renee Thomas, who will play her college ball at Cal. Thomas, one of 1,056 Development Academy players who signed to play college soccer in 2018.
So a huge credit to Houston there, being able to keep that high pressure up, having the ability to combine with players in the attacking third. Great job by her, especially, again, coming off the bench and just making a huge impact right away and not letting any missteps occur for her team.
So Renna Thomas is on in the 60th minute. Bright wants options. Finds Simmons inside. Well, the outside back, Abels came in and was screaming for it. Instead, it's Missimo, who's closed down by Curry. Forward for Louderback to chase. And that's tremendous defending from Ware. Louderback still policing her. Ware leaves it off. And then Lauren will be whistled for the foul.
There's a situation there again. Solar having the build up and then trying to continue to stay center rather than going back out wide where you saw the spaces open up. That's where when they go out, come in, can they go back out to then switch it again rather than trying to be a little too direct. They mentioned against the Boston game at halftime, they said they thought they were being too direct towards the middle. And then they ended up opening up play once they got out wide again multiple times before going in. And that's where I think they need to start doing that more to be able to break down this LAFC back line.
This will roll out of bounds. And we'll also have Sabasco last. So it'll be a throw in the 62nd minute for LAFC Slammers. Their lead holding up from the 27th minute, but Abby Grubel picked up the ball at the top of the box and slotted it into the far post beyond Tatum Sutherland. Ware flying forward. And it's Curry with the intervention. Forward for Grubel. She's onside. Grubel has Louderback flying into the center. Grubel puts it across. Louderback's there. And it's because she had to reach back behind her to get it that she was unable to keep her effort down.
There's the Slammers taking advantage of Ware coming all the way up, having numbers left drought in the back, and Grubel staying onside, going forward at speed, tons of speed there, and there's a great overlapping run there by Louderback, just trailing, waiting for that ball inside, just couldn't get her chest over hit to make it a 2-0 lead for her side.
Louderback so close to her 18th goal of the season. Gonzalez, who's really been a boss in the midfield in this game, keeping Mismo quiet for the most part, came back to get that ball, but it stays with Solar. This time it's Watkins who wins the ball off Mismo. This is a strong run from Renna Thomas, but it's won back by Solar. Mattingly battling on the far side and winning it back for Solar. Byers checking in. Curry pokes it away from her. Louderback gets there before Ellis. Grubel slides it through for Neiswanger. Nice Wonger, can't get by Bright.
That was a beautiful ball in by Grubel, trying to play in Nicewanger, who was coming in, and as she was level, playing that ball forward.
This is an enterprising run from Johnson, but she stood up at the top of the box by Ware.
This is where Solar needs to switch the ball quicker.
Mattingly in for Byers. Curry draped all over her, and she trips Byers. Byers wants to run at that back line. Drags it past one. Inside for Meza. Cleared away by Genevieve Watkins.
Byers are showing off her foot skills as she's able to cut one way, then drag the ball across her body so quickly, throwing off that LAC back line and eventually trying to slip it through to her teammate to go forward.
Sabasco unable to turn Lauren. Nicewanger gets it out wide. This is Renna Thomas looking to run. Closed down by Abels. A good run down that far side.
Great run by Abels there to get involved into the attack and now give her team the opportunity to have the ball in the final third.
Riley Mattingly's throwing. This is a good run. The cross into the side netting.
Great run there by Miss Mo. Just a slight hesitation, then takes off with the ball. Just couldn't get her hips around more as she was looking to try to play it across the box or near that near post.
Well, coming into today, Solar scored 4 or more goals in every playoff game, but they've been kept off the board through 65-plus minutes here, as it's a goal kick for Cascapera. Another look at that cross. Cascapera had her near post covered. Doesn't matter anyways when it goes into the side netting, but still as a keeper, you want to have that post covered.
Of course, and this type of situation where you have the wind blowing who knows where at this point, you never know when the ball's just going to be picked off and be redirected a different way. So you always want to play it safe as a keeper to protect your post.
Into the 67th minute of play, Solar looking to build out of the back. Everything so far has been repelled by the LAFC Slammers. So this time Curry gets it away from Byers. Threaded through, but on the wrong side of Byers. Lauren. In a battle with Sabasco. She runs out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Solar in the 67th minute. Curry forward. Ware gets it back to her keeper. And it's Bright. Curry had stepped up into the midfield to make that interception.
And that's where you see LAFC is allowing both Bright and Ware to penetrate with the ball forward. They're giving them that space to come forward because they're sitting there going, we're confident enough that when you try to play that ball out, we're going to intercept it right away.
Adrian Solka is getting set to flick the switch on his first substitution of this championship match, as he's going to bring on Sydney Nobles. Nobles, committed to Texas, is going to come on for Riley Mattingly. So Sydney Nobles on for her 30th appearance of the season. Can she change the complexion of this championship match? Ellis, back for Bright. Skips past the first challenge. Into the space. Flies by Lauren, able to keep it in. Lauren gets back to make the interception. Mismo. First involvement for Nobles, and she wins the throw-in. Byers unable to cut into the box. The clearance only as far as Abels. Down the line for Nobles. And she stood up by Emily Johnson. Nobles wins it back, does well to sort her feet out. Gets some space on that far side. Nobles to put in the cross. And Watkins unable to keep it from going out for a corner kick. And would you believe it, it's the first of the game for Solar.
As we were saying earlier, Solar hasn't been getting a lot in that final third anywhere near the box. They've gotten a couple times now, but here's a really good opportunity for Solar to try to equalize.
It's Mismo's corner kick. It's an in-swinger from the far side. It's driven across, Bright is up. Headed away, Simmons at the top of the box. Simmons shot goes down, and the referee waves play on. And now it's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Louderback is offside. And recognizing that, Renal Thomas held up the ball and was bumped off it. This game really getting stretched in the 70th minute. Mismo slides it inside for Meza. Her shot is charged down at the top of the box. One back by Mismo. Meza. Through the legs of Wall and Savage, but the cross blocked by Watkins. Cleared only as far as Mismo at the top of the box. Mismo wanted to slip it to the far side, but Abels wasn't making the run. Instead, it comes to the top of the box for Byers. Leaves it off, played over the top. Can Sabasco keep it in? Yes, she can. Gets back to Meza. Meza gets around Louderback. Into the box, Wall and Savage is there. She has Sabasco. Meza slips the double team. Gets by Curry. Curry and Lauren eventually conspire to win it back for LAFC Slammers. This is better though from Solar. The pressure continues through Ellis. She pumps one into the box. Cleared away by Gonzalez. Bright. Bright making her way to the corner. Grubel following her step for step. And Bright was unable to get the cross off. So it'll be a goal kick for LAFC Slammers, who did well to withstand that period of heavy pressure from Solar.
Now you're seeing Solar having a sense of urgency. We haven't seen this really so much in this game, and now we're finally seeing that they're trying to get in the box, trying to build up. Meza showing some incredible footwork, just couldn't get that pass off that she was looking for, as again, the Slammers just filling in those gaps and winning that ball out, taking that pressure hit after hit.
Cascapera on this LAFC Slammers defense looking for their 26th clean sheet of the season. So this one hooked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Solar. Byers to the end line. Curry comes across, gets a piece of it. The shot is saved, and it falls to the top of the box for Sabasco. She's looking for a half yard of space. Into the channel, Sabasco, off of Lauren. Corner kick, Solar.
And there's Byers again, getting end line, cutting in, and she feeds it to none other than Mismo, who was sitting at the top of the box trying to get that shot off. And then good work by Sabasco to be there, sitting back, waiting for the ball to pop out, then gets forward and earns a corner.
So the referee is going to hold up play as he's not happy with the fisticuffs going on inside the box. Now Mismo can take, and she drills this one into the side netting.
Now Solar needs to be able to sit in and win this ball quickly and attack. As they're starting to gain the momentum, they need to keep riding this wave, win the ball quickly, and put the pressure back on LAFC in their final third.
Good dribbling from Niswanger. Louder back. Ellis wins it back for Solar. 74th minute. Nice Wonger helps it along. Ware intercepts. Over for Meza. Wall and save it, shut the door. Will be a throw-in. Bright snuffs out the danger. Forward for Byers. Ripped away from her by Lauren. Over the top for Grubel to chase. And Ware did well, came across, had the angle, and used it to her advantage to win it back for Solar.
So you can hear the coaching staff telling Byers to get forward quicker, stop taking touches back and taking your time, turn and go, or pass and give and go.
Bright. Beating Nobles to the ball is Johnson. Byers beaten to it by Curry. Ellis gets it inside to Ware. Final 15 minutes of regulation. Over the top looking for Byers. Headed away by Curry. Bought down in midfield by Sabasco. As she ran in to a player on the far side in a black and gold jersey. And this is Renna Thomas. Can't catch up to it. It will be a throw-in for Solar in the 76th minute.
I just want to point out, whenever Niswanger has the ball near, I love her first touch. It always settles the ball, takes it away from pressure, and is able to distribute very well because of that positive first touch.
Now a double substitution for the Newport Beach side. Jada Smith getting ready to check in. Smith coming in for her 31st appearance of the season. She replaces Lauren. Smith will play her college ball at Pepperdine. Also coming off is, I believe, Wallen Savich to be replaced by Lauren Fuchs.
And both players had an incredible game. Lauren especially being a huge presence in the middle, winning those aerial balls a lot of times, getting that ball back into a quick counter because of her ability to head it forward. And then on the flip side, you had Wallen Savich on the defensive end doing an incredible job being able. I'll continue when I'm done.
This is Mismo looking for a half yard of space at the top of the box. Unable to slide it through. Byers wins it. And the shot just missing at the near post.
That was great work there by Solar to win that ball and build up.
It was Nobles who's waiting for it. Byers did well not to allow the clearance. Hit first time just wide of Cascaperas near post.
So Meza there with that idea to go near post, try to catch the keeper unaware, go low and driven, just missed it wide. Great one-time strike though by Meza, great idea.
It's interesting that both Meza and Nobles are now on that far side. Loose touch from Smith. Overtaken to Sabasco. Byers wants it slid in. And it's Watkins with the interception. One back by Ellis. Played for Byers. Sabasco turns. Inside for Byers. Still fighting for the ball, Byers. It should be called for dangerous play.
Just a little unlucky there. It looked like as she was getting out, the ball was caught between her feet, so they're going to call a dangerous play. But it looks like now Simmons is dropping in a bit on that back line and switching out with Ellis every once in a while. You're seeing now Ellis is pushing up, or Abels on either side pushing high. Abels now playing almost in the attack for Solar.
Curry's free kick in the 79th minute. And LAFC Slammers will be in no hurry to take any of these restarts. Emily Johnson bound for UC Santa Barbara. The good news is that Wiesner is up and walking around on the sideline.
So getting another evaluation after she had an opportunity to ice that right knee a little bit.
Free kick. Solar want to take it quickly. Referee telling them they have to go back about 5 yards. Played away by Watkins. Bright being chased by the goal scorer Grubel. Solar to bring it forward in the 80th minute. Sabasco. A good job by Ellis to get there before Louderback and keep possession for Solar. Driven in to the feet of Byers. Bright able to escape the attention of Grubel. She was a game time decision due to an injury 2 days ago in the semifinals. And how happy Zaid Corey and George Larson must be that they decided to give her the start after she passed the late fitness test. It's her goal that's the difference in this game. Solar huffing and puffing, but so far unable to break down this LAFC Slammers defense. As Mesa's shot is skied over.
See, Solar's pushing a lot of their numbers up, putting more and more into the attack, where it almost looks like you've got a 2v1 there if the Slammers are able to counter quickly. You've got Bright and Ware sitting back, and then again at times they're pushing up, and that's where you're seeing Simmons drop back a bit more to replace that. Bright's now switched over to the right side, and Nobles is sitting back a lot more when she can on that left side.
So to be another goal kick for Cascapera inside the final 9 minutes of regulation. And this will skip out of bounds. Ellis to quickly take it. Abels is forward. Ellis is throwing again. In for Byers. Smith will clear. Bright wins it. And this is Ware. Well, that's a gorgeous ball looking for Nobles. Not going to get to it in time. Good job to keep her from getting into that channel by Renat Thomas. And Curry also came over to make sure that Nobles couldn't get to it. Launches it downfield. Poked away from Niswanger. Johnson gets there first. Where? Gonzalez has won every 50-50 challenge, it seems, with Mismo. Niswanger rolls it out wide for Grubel. And brought down by Nobles. Correction, Mesa.
No, you were right. It was Nobles the first time that got the foul there. Just, I'm not sure if it was just not recognizing that she stuttered for a sec, and that's where the foul came in because of the hesitation there by Grubel. But that's where this is now a really key moment for LAFC, where they're going to look to try to double their lead as they're finally in their attacking third for the first time in a long time, it feels like, as Solar has had a lot of the ball in their own half, or in the attacking half.
Jenna Niswanger is over it. Future Florida State Seminole getting ready to tease this into the danger area. Bright gets there first and heads it away. Mismo helps it on. Only as far as Johnson. This is Jada Smith. Inside for Grubel. Bright has been so good at the back today for Solar.
She's done a great job of disrupting a lot of balls that are looking to slip in behind, and she's just right there, has those long legs to step and then get that ball out. And we've seen her time and time again penetrate forward with the ball, trying to jumpstart her team's attack.
Sabasco, Byers, back to Sabasco. Showed too much of it and it's hooked clear. Bright wins yet another header. Mismo. And Gonzalez was able to get it back to Watkins. Clearance only as far as Ellis. Swings it to Meza. Top of the box for Byers, looking to run. Byers has a half yard of space, and Cascapera got across her line quickly to apply gloves.
What a phenomenal first touch by Meza there. Ball's in the air, settles it down, plays it through to Byers, making that underrun. Gets a shot off, but Cascapera already in that position and is able to make the save. And there it is again. She's just underneath, gets that shot in, and there's Cascapera able to secure that ball tightly.
This ball driven through. It's a foot race on the far side. And won by Bright once again. And she gets there before Neiswanger. It was off of Neiswanger last. It'll be a throw in for Meza. Needs players to get forward. Byers took down Curry. And it'll be a free kick for Curry and LAFC Slammers with less than 5 minutes to go in regulation.
Starting to see a bit of that urgency of players just trying to check to that ball, and just a foul committed there. Now you see the Slammers are going to take their time with this, look to just try when they win the ball, can they keep it, try to get it into the corners.
It's done well today, referee Karen Collado out of Cal South. Flying in to win the header was Ware. Byers brings it down. Only has Abels ahead of her. Skips by Smith. Still Byers. Gets by Curry. Quick 1-2 with Abels. And Abels unable to keep it in.
Byers are showing her ability to penetrate and do those quick little touches just to get that separation and trying to dish it out again out wide to her teammates. And that's where I think the coaching staff's trying to tell Byers, go to goal, take some shots. Don't be afraid to go to goal and take it yourself.
I love that she wants to combine, but you need strikers to be selfish at certain times. Won by Simmons. Gonzalez with yet another important win, and it sets Grubel off here. This is Grubel. Has Neiswanger on the far side. Grubel is going to take it herself, and the shot is blocked. But it will be a corner kick for LAFC, and more time will burn off this clock as we head into the final 3 minutes.
Great work by Grubel there, winning that ball, penetrating forward, going from left to right, and trying to get that shot off. But there was Simmons with the recovery run, able to get her body behind it, not allowing a ball to get close to her keeper. And now they've got a corner kick, and they're going to try to take their time with this as much as they can.
And now they'll hold it in the corner with Grubel and Neiswanger. Off of Meza last, so the ball will stay with LAFC. Well, they just changed the call.
I think at this point she's just holding the ball to try to give it to the team quicker.
Katrina Wyziak out of New Jersey, the assist referee on the far side. The battle to keep the ball in the corner for Slammers and to get it out of the corner for Solar. Solar winning on this occasion. Solar needs to get it forward quickly. Heading into the last minute of the 90. The high pressure not inviting them. Free clearance out of their own end as Smith wins it. Good reverse ball for Louderback. She cuts by Abels. Abels does well to recover, but Louderback gets it forward. It's open up for Neiswanger, who will take it into the corner. Neiswanger working 1-on-3, wins the throw-in for LAFC Slammers. Getting word there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this one. And it remains with LAFC Slammers in the corner, managing this game out beautifully. This time, it will be another throw-in for LAFC Slammers.
Should be called back for a foul throw there, as that ball didn't go completely up and over.
Mismo. 2 minutes of stoppage time confirmed. 10 seconds of those have already elapsed. Curry strong in the challenge again, but this time Byers able to get it off for the second time of asking. Here is Byers. Mismo. Meza. The three national team players combining. Off for Sabasco. Meza at the top. There's just nowhere to go at the top of that box. Sabasco loops one. Saved on the line by Cascapera.
Unbelievable goalkeeping there by Cascapera as she's going back, has the awareness to slam that ball forward to keep it from going behind the line. There's Sabasco chipping that ball over the top. There's the initial save and the awareness to throw that ball forward, get your momentum forward and keep it in front of that line.
They're flying forward again, Solar. Meza. Simmons. Sabasco. Still Sabasco. Sabasco with another shot, unable to pick out the far corner. 30 seconds left of the minimum 2 of stoppage time.
That may have been one of the last opportunities for Solar, unless if they win this quickly to counter once again. Lots of time ticking away, not much left.
They're standing up on the LAFC Slammers bench, getting ready to storm the field. Is there time for one last rush forward for Solar? The 2 minutes are up. The LAFC Slammers are the first ever girls U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy champions. First ever girls champion in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy, and they did it through a 27th minute strike from Abby Grubel. And they were able to hold it up for their 26th clean sheet of the season. They are the queens of the girls U-18-19 age group.
And a lot of that credit goes to how strong their team shape is defensively. You know, all game I've been mentioning how I love seeing Gonzalez sitting in as the 6, being able to plug the holes. And if it does happen to go get behind her in that midfield line, there's Curry or Watkins being able to win that ball and get it back up. And we see the attacking play from Johnson, Wallensevich, Fuchs, whoever it may be on those sides, just getting forward.
Oh, it was a tremendous match from two teams that play the game so beautifully, but in the end, it's LAFC Slammers who come on top 1-0 over Solar. We'll have plenty of post-game coverage for you with the trophy presentation, the medal ceremony, as well as player reactions. But for now, for Chase Neidig at Turbo Sports and our producers, Scott Cheney and Alex Bousquet, I'm Mark Serber saying so long from the booth where it finishes Solar 0, LAFC Slammers 1. They are the first ever girls U18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy champions. Stay with us here on USSoccerDA.com for all the post-game coverage.
I'm Danielle Diavanzo alongside Julia Cascapari here, the goalkeeper for LAFC Slammers, who have won this one 1-0. Julia, congratulations to you and your team on winning the first championship here on the girls' side for U.S. Soccer. Can you tell us how your team is feeling right now?
We're super excited, especially because this is our last year with the seniors to win this. We were just like throwing it all up for them, really, and it just feels like amazing. Like I can't even.
So you personally had a phenomenal save late in this game to secure not only the shutout but the win for your team. Can you walk us through that save?
I was just thinking like we have at least like 3 minutes to go, like keep everything out, and our team was doing a really good job of just like keeping no shots on goal, and she hit one over the top, almost shipped me there, but I tried to catch it at first, but I almost stepped in the goal, so I just fell forward and tried to keep it out as much as possible.
It seems Solar was really turning on the pressure late in that game. How were you and the rest of your team able to stay composed defensively and secure the win?
My defense was amazing. Like, they kept their composure, they're cool under pressure. Every time Solar would try to turn on them, either C or G would step in. We wouldn't let any through balls through, because they try to do that a lot. They try to play out wide or through the middle, and we stopped them.
And then for you guys, you had the 1-0 lead in the half, courtesy of your teammate Grubel there. What was going on with the halftime huddle, and did you guys execute the plan that you had been told to do going into the second half?
Yeah, so George told us to basically just keep calm. I know it's like a national finals and all, but just keep your pressure, like keep your calm, and honestly just play our game, because when we play our game, we can just stop, and we're unstoppable.
And this is Julia Cascapari here, the goalkeeper for the winning side. LAFC Slammers take this one 1-0 in the U-18-19 Girls Championship Finals. Signing off here from SoCal Sports Complex, I'm Danielle Diavanzo.
We're here at the SoCal Sports Complex at the conclusion of the first ever U.S. Soccer Girls Development Academy Championship for the U-18-19 Girls Division. We'd like to thank both teams for a great season that culminated in a very exciting finish. First, we'd like to say congratulations to Solar, the runner-up in the 2017-18 U-18 U-19 championship. Academy Director Adrian Solka, please come forward. In addition, our Girls Development Academy Director Miriam Hickey and Technical Advisor for the Frontier Division, Katie Cole, will present the medals. Team, please come forward. Thank you. And now, to announce our first ever champion of the Girls Development Academy at the U18-19s, the LAFC Slammers. Players and staff, please come forward. To accept the team trophy from Solar, please send your team captain forward. from the SoCal Sports Complex in partnership with our City of San Diego, the San Diego Tourism Authority, the San Diego Sports Alliance, and Surf Cup Sports, we present the Academy Trophy to LAFC Slammers.